Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English with Tips. Do you want to sound more confident, professional, and fluent in English? Today, I'll show you 17 smart English phrases that native speakers often use. Let's get started. 1. Instead of saying, "Nice to meet you," say, "It's a pleasure meeting you." 2. Instead of, "How is your work going?" Say, "How's everything progressing?" 3. Instead of, "I am doing my best," say, "I'm giving it my full effort." 4. Instead of, "Thank you for your help," say, "I truly appreciate your support." 5. Instead of, "Sorry for the delay," say, "Thank you for your patience." 6. Instead of, "Please give me some time," say, "I'll get back to you shortly." 7. Instead of, "Can we talk now?" say, "Is this a good time to connect?" 8. Instead of, "Please sit here," say, "Please feel free to take a seat." 9. Instead of, "Listen carefully," say, "I'd appreciate your full attention." 10. Instead of, "You can start now," say, "Please feel free to proceed." 11. Instead of, "I didn't understand that," say, "Could you clarify that for me?" 12. Instead of, "Can you explain again?" say, "Would you mind elaborating a bit?" 13. Instead of, "I am not sure about it," say, "I'll need to review that further." 14. Instead of, "This is a good idea," say, "That sounds like a solid approach." 15. Instead of, "Yes, that's correct," say, "That's absolutely right." 16. Instead of, "I don't agree with this," say, "I see it a bit differently." 17. Instead of, "This works for me," say, "I'm comfortable moving forward with this." Great job! Try using these smart phrases in your daily conversations to sound more fluent and professional. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Learn English with Tips for more easy English lessons. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.